In this video, we're going to tackle a common challenge in Spanish grammar. Three small words, lo, la and le, and they often cause a lot of confusion for learners, but by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how and when to use them. But before we get on to that, if you're new around here, bienvenidos, yo soy Kelly, and this is Adventures in Spanish. And I've been creating and delivering fun and engaging Spanish lessons for adults and children of all ages and abilities since I moved back to the UK after an epic 20-year adventure in South America. So lo and la are what we call direct object pronouns, which basically means that they replace a person or a thing that directly receives the action of a verb. Let's look at some examples. So imagine you're in a cafe and you order un café. Instead of repeating un café, you can simply say lo quiero. Since café is masculine, we use lo. Now let's apply the same logic to la. Imagine you're in a bakery and you want to order una tarta. You can say la quiero. I want it. Because tarta is feminine, we use la. Now let's talk about le, which is an indirect object pronoun. Now this replaces the person who receives the action rather than the object itself. Let's see it in context. So imagine you're giving a book to your friend Juan. You would say, le doy el libro a Juan. Yeah, I give the book to Juan. Here, Juan isn't the book, he's a recipient of the action, and that's why we use le. And the same applies for Maria. Le doy el libro a Maria. Notice that le works for both masculine and feminine indirect object pronouns. So I suppose you can translate it as to him or to her, I give the book. Well, a common mistake, particularly in Spain, is using le instead of lo when referring to people as direct objects. So, for example, le vi en el cine. Now this is incorrect in Latin America. We would say lo vi en el cine. Now, I lived in South America for 20 years. On the Latin American continent, lo vi en el cine is correct for I saw him at the cinema, because him is a direct object and requires lo. And if you saw her, it would be la vi en el cine. However, in Spain, you might hear le vi en el cine, which is an example of what we call leísmo. While not grammatically standard, it is commonly used. Okay, so a lot of information, so let's test your understanding. Fill in the blanks with me with lo, la or le for these examples. So let's take this first example, número uno. Tengo un coche. I have a car, yeah? And something, tengo desde hace 2 años. Yeah, and I've had the car for 2 years. So in this case, un coche is a masculine noun, so it's going to be lo tengo desde hace 2 años. Okay, so the next example is voy a escribir una carta a mi abuela. I'm going to write a letter to my grandma. And I'm going to write it, la carta, tomorrow. So la carta is a feminine noun, so it's going to be la voy a escribir mañana. Okay, and the last example that we're going to do together, número 3, is voy a dar un regalo a Pedro. Yeah, I'm going to give Pedro a gift. And I want to say that I'm going to give him a watch. So the gift that I'm giving to Pedro is a watch. Okay. And in this instance, Pedro is the person receiving the action. So this is now an indirect pronoun. So we will say, le voy a dar un reloj. Okay, so hopefully by now you should have a bit more of a grasp of lo, la and le. Keep practicing and soon this will feel natural. Well, tell me, which Spanish grammar topic should we explore next? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more language insights. Hasta la próxima. Adios!